Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the weekly Twin Astrology forecast for the week ahead for the Twin Flame Collective. We do have a very powerful week of incoming light codes, activations, and downloads as we inch closer to the 1111 portal gateway. And love is definitely in focus this week, and the energies are set to be quite intense as we prepare for the twins reunion in 2022. So a lot of deep spiritual processing is happening this week, and a lot of this is happening in the background. A lot of this is happening within the masculine unconsciously, and this really is part of the preparation stages for the twins reunion when Mars and Venus join again in another rare conjunction for the second time in February 2022. So we have a lot of planets in Scorpio right now, 3 planets in Scorpio, and this is all supported by Neptune being in retrograde. So this really is all about healing, recalibration, especially between the twins, and this is happening at a deep unconscious level. And you might not really fully notice the changes that are taking place. I think many of the feminines are feeling their masculine's energy. There's a lot of stuff coming up when it comes to feeling like maybe we don't belong anywhere at this point in time. And there's a lot of emotions coming up. So Divine Feminine, if you are feeling a lot of heavy emotions and you're not really sure what's going on, you're likely sensing your masculine's heart chakra awakening. I feel a lot of awakening energies, and this week is really going to be the perfect opportunity when it comes to secret blocks, receiving those downloads, those insights, when it is coming through regarding past life karma and issues that are needing to be cleared. So don't be surprised if your divine counterpart suddenly reaches out, or if you are instinctively getting all kinds of signs and synchronicities when it comes to your twin's perspective, the masculine's perspective, because there's going to be a lot of positive transits this week that will help lighten the energy and create a lot of forward movement. So we do have Mars sextile Venus, and that's one of the best transits for the week, stemming around romance and getting out there. And this is going to be felt throughout the whole week, and it really is bridging that scorpionic energy with the Capricorn energy. So this is a great week for the masculine to restore his sense of confidence, to really come from that open place of honesty in order to, improve his life and progress within this connection. So I do feel the masculine really is being asked to be willing to admit his deepest, darkest feelings to himself. And you might even receive an apology this week, but don't hold your breath, Divine Feminine. The Scorpio energy of Mars and Mercury combined together is bringing up a lot of masculine energies when it comes to the Divine Masculine. And it's more than likely this week that they will reach out, because this passion and this wanting, this sexual connection and the magnetic attraction to the feminine is really strong this week. So I also feel the feminine really isn't interested in any other suitors at this time. So do be prepared, though, to be tempted this week, Divine Feminine, as people are kind of vying for your attention, is kind of what I feel. But you're really needing to focus on the long-term goals here, and you're really going to need to listen to your intuition, Divine Feminine, because this is about planning for the long-term future. So we always have a choice. We always have free will choice when it comes to this journey. But you're really going to need to listen to your intuition, because I do feel the Divine Feminine is going to need immense willpower, because the feminine is very magnetic at this time, and I do feel a lot of opportunities are going to be presented at your disposal this week, Divine Feminine, and it really is all about love and romance. So I do feel hidden intentions are going to come to the surface with all of this Scorpio energy, and this repressed passion really is going to stir up some emotions within the masculine's life. in order to get him to take action and to reach out and to communicate his truth and his desires. So a lot of twin flame passion that can really lead to unity and balance within these connections this week. And sexuality is going to be in highlight when it comes to the pathway to unity. So a lot of sexual energy, a lot of alchemy, and that is really where the twins really alchemize this deep, deep healing and transformative energy, is through that sexual connection that the twins share. So this truly is a period of transformative healing and togetherness, especially when it comes to deep, intimate connections. So although many of us are physically separated, we can still feel our twin soul wanting to express this deep desire and love for us, Divine Feminine. So allow yourself to go into the higher realities, into that meditation, into that remote romantic energy, because there's a lot of chakra climaxes in the energy, and there's a deeper purpose coming forward in order for the masculine to kind of tap in to these energies, Divine Feminine. And I do feel commitment is in highlight with Venus now in Capricorn. It is about grounding a stable home life, a stable love life. And Capricorn really does love challenging pursuits. So, you know, I think it's this trigger coming up of we're not going to be willing to settle for less than what it is that will really fulfill our lives. So there is a lot of testing in the energy when it comes to this sense of security arising. And it really is the perfect week to set those firm boundaries and to uphold them in that truth, for you to really ground the energies in the physical world. Because this week I do feel it is all about passionate declarations of love coming forward, especially with Mercury and Mars involved with Venus, with this scorpionic energy. So it is love and romance, and the intention to communicate more openly and passionately than ever before, especially for the masculine twins. So don't be surprised if they pop up out of the blue, show up at your house and declare this passionate love for you during this transit this week. And if your divine masculine is with an outside karmic, their guides are really trying to help them discern what is truly their feelings for their counterpart versus their feelings for the karmic, because there's a lot of distortion coming up to be sifted through in the energies. And the karmic is really trying to deter the masculine from taking action, trying to convince them that the deep feelings really are for the karmic when they're actually for the feminine, because there's a lot of confusion. And I feel the masculine is about to get hit with a very heavy pitfall in order to release this stuckness, because we're always feeling each other's energy. The twins are always connected energetically, even when we're physically apart. And I do feel the masculine, although many of them are unawakened, this really has made them feel like they've been experiencing this passion with the third party, when in fact that is not the case. They've actually been feeling the divine feminine's energy. So I do feel a lot of misunderstandings are coming up in the energy this week in order to bring forward clarity. I do feel the masculine mistakenly thought this chemistry was with the karmic, when in fact it was with the divine feminine. And I do feel the feminines really have pulled away their energy from the connection, and that is going to bring forward this realization when it comes to just how deep this romantic connection is, this energetic connection is between the counterparts. So I do feel this week truly is all about expanding horizons. Today we have Jupiter square the sun, which really is prompting a lot of changes, a lot of expansion, a lot of bigger and better things are coming for the collective. So the trick here is don't spread yourself too thin with these energies. Do make those guided changes and don't waste your energy on going in the wrong direction. Jupiter in squares is a very exaggerated energy, so this can bring forward a lot of extra luck in the energies. And I think Divine Feminine, it's really time to be super proud of your accomplishments and to just enjoy life. And I think there's a lot of shadow aspects coming up for the masculine this week when it comes to excessive pride, overspending, extravagance without substance, groundless optimism. And there's a lot of spiritual egoness coming up to be addressed, especially with this Jupiter energy. So there's a challenge when it comes to this energy. Remember, Divine Feminine, you can never ever impose your beliefs on another, especially your counterpart, because that is going to trigger some problems. So keep an open mind. Enjoy the fact that everybody is different. We all have our own journey to union. We're all on different timelines. And the main focus, I feel, for the feminine is to just really get grounded in that work-life balance, because I feel the energy is kind of pulling us back. So if there's doubt coming up, just ask yourself what you can learn from this experience, and then ask your higher self what it is that you're needing to adjust in order to return to a state of balance when it comes to the energies this week. On Wednesday the 10th, we have Mercury conjunct Mars. We also have Mercury square Saturn later that day, and then Mars squares Saturn before the day closes out. And we do have the moon in Aquarius at 5 degrees 44, indicating change. It is indicating expansion, growth, struggles, and opportunity. So with Mercury in Scorpio at 7 degrees 22, also in the 12th house, also in Scorpio at 5 degrees 38, this is a lot of subconscious mind and higher thought. So there's a lot of influencing energies surrounding the subconscious and past experiences, not only this life, but past life. So decisions are going to be made on emotions instead of logical thinking. So do be aware of that. This is really going to bring up a lot of secretive energies. And I do feel public exposure when it comes to these secret energies. So I think the masculine has been really good at hiding his lack of self-confidence, but I feel this energy is suggesting a lot of difficulties when it comes to some obstacles, when it comes to the masculine really wanting to take desired action. Because with Mars also in Scorpio at 7 degrees 22, and also in the 12th house in Scorpio, this is going to spring forward some action through the subconscious, and it's really going to trigger this feeling in the masculine that he knows he has a mission to do, but I don't think he's going to tell others of the goals or the direction he's taking for fear of open confrontation with the karmic energy in the karmic social circle. So there's a lot of understanding in the subconscious mind coming up, and it really is triggering the masculine, you know, I feel like to a duel with his own duality from within. And the energy can be very impatient and exhausting, and the masculine is definitely going to have to think fast and on his feet with that shift. With Mercury square Saturn, we'll have Mercury in Scorpio at 7:39 and in the 9th house in Libra at 17:01. Balance. This really is a connection with higher education, a higher level of learning, and this really is indicating the masculine really tapping into all areas of his knowledge stemming around philosophy, law, and religion, and a lot of imaginative insight coming through when it is stemming around the masculine finding his discipline to express himself with truth, authenticity, and authority. So this really is sparking the masculine to kind of step into that talented teaching role within the collective. And there's a lot of interest coming up when it's stemming around traditional values, especially with Saturn in Aquarius at 7:39. And in the first house of Capricorn. Capricorn's in the first house. So this really is going to be a lot of disciplined energy coming up, I feel. And the masculine, I do feel, is suffering from a lot of depressions at this time, trying to restore his low self-confidence. Although he's hiding it well, I don't think the energy is going to allow that to stay hidden. I do feel with Mercury square Saturn, there's going to be a lot of rapid mental processing in the energy, and this really is going to push the masculine to restore his ability to calculate clearly and calmly, and to restore his ability to take responsibility for his life. A lot of powerful energies coming through this week. And then with Mars square Saturn, Saturn is our strict teacher. And with Mars and Scorpio, it's this deep dive to balance, especially with Mars and Scorpio at 7 degrees 40 in the 6th house and Libra at 2352. So this does suggest the masculine stepping into his energetic work, releasing the fear when it comes to taking aggressive action. And I feel a burst of energy. I feel the masculine is likely to experience some aggression at work, and therefore it's going to push the masculine to strive for better self-control. And there's a lot of concern about the details when it comes to taking action. And I feel the masculine is about to be met with a lot of conflicts in the energy, and perhaps even a job loss, because the Saturn energy really is pushing the masculine to restore the balance within traditional values, within religion, spirituality, and his overall life. So this really is pushing the masculine to adhere to the rules and the laws of divine, and to bring forward precision when it comes to, taking action. With Mars square Saturn, it's not a very constructive energy. It's really going to highlight where the masculine has been unable to finish things that they have started, especially when it is stemming around what truly is important to them. And I do feel the masculine is going to be met with a lot of obstacles on the journey this week, in order to highlight his weaknesses and his strengths, in order for him to solve the problems at hand. And he's really needing to learn how to deal with all of these challenges, because the energy is going to be very persistent, pushing the masculine towards completion. And then we have the powerful 1111 portal gateway. So this really is the gateway of higher understanding, a lot of light codes coming in, and this is a powerful day for the twins. It's going to allow many of the masculines to open up to the 12th dimension and beyond. And I've already been to the 13th dimension several times over the last couple of years, and that is where we really tap into this higher awareness and all of these codes that are available for our expansion. So there might be a lot of very rapid, lucid understanding about the journey, about this connection, about your situation, what the pathway forward truly holds for you, and how to shift and recalibrate into a state of balance. There's a lot of bridging of heaven and earth energies this week, and the feelings can be quite immense as you tap into those higher energies. So you really need to get grounded. It is a lot of illumination when it comes to the soul's higher power, accessing our destiny, these new timelines, and stepping into creating miracles. So this truly is the week of anchoring in that reunion energy, which has previously felt next to impossible. So we are likely to experience a lot of triggering as we're all working to release this past baggage that really has held us back from reaching these higher states of consciousness. So allow yourself to just be in this higher state of transcendence as we're opening up to this portal gateway, and embrace this oneness and the connectedness with the universe, because spirit is bringing forward a lot of these codes in order to recalibrate and integrate, so we can create this new normal as we fully step into new earth. So we are truly sowing these seeds for the future of humanity. And the codes that we have been receiving really are paving the way forward for the many years to come, when it is stemming around the higher state of the planet and all of the light workers stepping into a new phase of mission. So be prepared for some new activations and aha moments on the 1111 portal gateway. A lot of excitement in the air, a lot of changes in love, and a lot of infusion of oneness from this gateway portal on the 1111 portal gateway. So I think get ready for love to be reignited. Romance is definitely in the air, and we're really needing to be prepared for that runner twin to return, or perhaps even that first time meeting if you're just new to the journey. And all of this is aligned to the cosmic starseed energies as we reconnect with our true soul family and our true counterparts. So with Mars and Mercury teaming up with that trine between Venus and Uranus, we're more than likely going to hear from our unawakened runner twin this week. So get grounded and prepare for that, because also on Thursday, the 11th, we have the sun square the moon. So the sun in Scorpio, 19 degrees 20 in the 12th house in Scorpio at 4 degrees 08, which is the changing of the guards, I want to say, when it comes to the Four of Wands union. And this really is going to indicate the desire for perfection in the masculine's life, to really go after that full recognition for all of his spiritual abilities. And I feel it's going to highlight where the masculine's very dissatisfied, and it's kind of pushing the masculine to restore a sense of spiritual phenomena in his life, I feel. And I feel a lot of the masculines are feeling very alienated when it comes to their social circle, really taking that step back to be the observer. And that's going to allow them to sense these higher energies and to come into a deeper understanding. And this really is about expansion, growth, and opportunity. With the moon going to be in Aquarius on the 1111 portal gateway, it's bringing up a lot of history when it comes to the twins and the past life karma and the deep connection that they share with the past. And it's going to bring up a lot of intellectual inquiry in the energies and this deep emotional desire for growth. And where the masculine's been at, there's not been a lot of growth. There's been a lot of stagnancy, and there is a need for movement and changes. And with the moon in Aquarius, emotions will be quite complicated. So you're going to want to free yourself from any negative emotions stemming around fear, anger, and jealousy. And the energy is incredibly intolerant when it comes to heavy emotions. So I think you might want to distance yourself from anybody that you know is really not consciously aware of the journey, as these forces are really getting the twins to accept this new reality, this higher reality. So we also have the moon conjunct Jupiter on the 1111 portal gateway. And this, when the moon is conjunct Jupiter, this is really going to spark change, action, expression, growth. And it's this energy of seizing the moment, carpe diem, seize the day. With the moon in Aquarius in the 12th house in Aquarius that day, the ascendant will be in Pisces when the moon is conjunct Jupiter. So there's a lot of subtle influences when it comes to the energies, when it comes to warm and kind-hearted influences. And this really is going to push the masculine to work for a greater charity when it comes to service of others for the good of humanity. And it's going to really push expressing emotions even through the confusion. So there's going to be an emphasis on security. And it really is going to be a lot of energy from the spirit realm, the invisible forces. And I do feel, get ready for a huge event when it comes to this energy. I feel a lot of exaggerated subconscious energy coming forward to spring the masculine into action. And there's a lot of developing in the energy when it comes to purpose and the whole of a group. Aquarius really is that humanitarian energy. And I do feel the masculine is getting ready to put those plans into action for the future. And it really is about, you know, seeing God as one world religion and stepping into a higher philosophy as we fully step into the new age of Aquarius. So, you know, the moon conjunct Jupiter can manifest in two different ways. It can manifest as kind-hearted, generous energy, and then it can also manifest as, you know, very demanding people when it comes to materialistic needs. So I think get ready for some introverted energy, a lot of time contemplating on what it is we want to bring into the future. And it is bringing up a lot of spiritual study in the energies. On the 12th, we have the Sun trine Neptune. So a lot of scorpionic energy really coming through, because the Sun is once again in Scorpio, in the 10th house in Scorpio. So this energy is highlighting glory and honor, but it is also highlighting scandal and disgrace. So it really is a lot of publicity in the energy, public exposure when it comes to true authority, power, and responsibility. So I do feel great achievement for the Divine Feminine, a growing reputation for the Divine Feminine for all of her tenacious efforts with inspiring the collective to step into this higher energy. And I feel the karmic energy really is experiencing a fall from grace when it comes to their degrading, demoralizing, and immoral behaviors. And we also have the Sun, Mercury, and Mars in the 10th house, which is a lot of masculine energy, a lot of communication. And with Neptune and Pisces in the 2nd house, I feel there's a lot of things going on in the background when it comes to material influences. And I feel, you know, the masculine doesn't want to admit just how bad his financial situation is, because I do feel there's been a lot of overspending within the karmic connections. And I do feel there's going to be a lot of debts coming up. I feel bad judgment when it comes to handling money recklessly. And I do feel dishonesty is coming up when it comes to financial difficulties with that energy. And I do feel the masculine is likely to become a victim of fraud from the karmic energy that's been kind of siphoning his energy and his finances. So I feel a lot of action. I do feel with the moon being in Pisces, that really is a lot of great sensitivity and perceptiveness when it comes to the masculine surroundings. And this is going to trigger a lot of feelings of insecurity. And it's going to really highlight why the masculine has been so passive and has let his life kind of pass him by. And it really is going to trigger the masculine wanting to engage in this co-creative journey with the feminine as he's tapping into this spiritual search, this mystic healing energy. And with the moon also in the 2nd house, it's going to be a repeated change in financial affairs. So money and material matters are coming up in the energy, because a lot of these masculines base their emotional security on their financial dependence. So there's going to be a lot of financial difficulties, a lot of discomfort when it comes to these false foundations and the false emotional security that it has held within these connections. And I think get ready for massive changes on the home front when it comes to the false contracts, because on the 13th, on Saturday, we do have Mercury opposition Uranus, and that's all about the masculine's drive to achieve his personal goals, to really express himself verbally, and to go after that recognition with the divine feminine. And, you know, the divine masculine's career really is important to them, and I feel this is the preparation stage to get the masculine to bring forward his idealistic views and opinions to the public with the divine feminine. So this can really generate a lot of talent for public speaking. And the masculine really is strategizing, I feel, in the energy, because with the 10th house in Scorpio and Pluto in the 1st house in Capricorn, because Scorpio is the ruler of Pluto, death, transformation. This really is going to push the masculine to be determined to succeed, driven to succeed at all costs. There is like this restoration of willpower coming forward for the masculine. And this really is involving him diving deep within his esoteric information to solve these issues at hand. And there's going to be some serious issues to be confronted when it comes to the energy, especially with Uranus and Taurus in the 4th house, also in Taurus. And then we also have the fortune that day in Taurus. So a lot of instability in the false contracts when it comes to family background and home life, and unexpected disruptions in towers and unexpected changes in those false foundations. And the masculine really is seeking that liberation from these toxic karmic bonds. They deeply long for freedom. And I think the energy really is going to contradict where the masculine's been at. So this is going to bring up extreme energy when it comes to the masculine seeking independence. You know, the masculine has been very unrealistic and arrogant in the past and reluctant to come forward with compromise. And this energy really is pushing compromising energies to come forward. So with this Pluto energy, it's really bringing forward deep intimacy, especially on the 14th as we close off the week. It's going to add a higher dimension to the scorpionic energy we're kind of in. And this really is going to deepen the spiritual process. We will be pushing to go deeper into our own truth than ever before, into our own power, to really embrace our shadows and our light, and to transmute all of these energies and to alchemize that fear and to step into authentic connection moving forward in pure unconditional love. So, you know, I do feel Divine Feminine, just be your authentic self as you really relax and embrace your authenticity and go with the flow. That's when you truly become this magnetic force to be reckoned with the Divine Masculine. And I feel with all of these transits this week, it's the perfect opportunity for the Divine Feminine to really express herself safely without any fears stemming around self-worth. So allow any negative energy to dissolve and fade away, because confidence is going to be highlighted. And when we're in our authentic energy, it really is easier to open up about true intentions and to open up the heart to that love. And that is going to trigger the courage within the masculine to find his inner confidence to come forward in this connection honestly, authentically, and in deep connectedness with the Divine Feminine. So intimacy really is highlight. This really is set to be a transformative week with some exciting, new, reigniting love passion. There's a lot of energy hinting towards reunion on the tangible plane. And we're going to be shown the pathway, how to get there. So shed those fears, release any burdens of past disappointments, and get ready for a pleasant surprise when it comes to some communication. Yes, you are on the right path. Yes, we are meant to be together. So, you know, we've not been living in fantasy. We truly have been transmuting energies, even in separation with our counterpart. And we truly are manifesting true love. So I want you to not give up, because the angels really have heard your prayers, your intentions, and your affirmations, Divine Feminine. So trust in the energies. Let me grab something to drink, and we are going to dig in with some cards. Let's start off with the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck today, and we'll see what energies need to come through for the Divine Masculine when it comes to the week ahead. Signs and synchronicities. So yeah, I think the masculine really is being bombarded with spiritual communication from the other side, especially through numbers, symbols, signs, and synchronicities. And I do feel the masculine really is tapping into the deeper meaning of those messages from the spiritual realm, because the masculine is ready. The student is ready to learn this lesson. So there is an indicating of an energy of the masculine finally being open and ready to receive this deep unconditional love. We get unconditional love. So yeah, deep unconditional healthy love wants the masculine, and he wants it too. And he is ready to learn this lesson. A lot of connection with the higher self as the masculine taps into these signs and synchronicities. And a lot of awareness when it comes to just how powerful of a light being the masculine is. And yeah, there's that karmic lesson. Major karmic lessons coming up to be addressed this week for the Divine Masculine. And he's working through a lot of pain, a lot of growth in the energy, a lot of opportunity as the masculine learns just why he incarnated with that karmic contract this life, when it is stemming around resolution from past life experiences. So what needs to come through for the feminine? Protection. You definitely need to protect your energy, Divine Feminine. Energetic boundaries, emotional boundaries, and physical boundaries if necessary at this time, because I do feel the karmic energy is going to be lashing out, is kind of what's coming through. What else can you tell me about the Divine Feminine for the week ahead? Cards are really wanting to talk today. What else do I need to be aware of when it comes to the Divine Feminine's energy for the week ahead, please? Psychic abilities, heart opening. So there's a lot of psychic abilities coming through for the Divine Feminine. I feel a lot of gifts being restored or expanded when it comes to sacred sight, sacred hearing, and just your overall intuition. So you are encouraged to keep developing your own psychic abilities. Really protect your energy, Divine Feminine, because I do feel the masculine is getting ready to take accountability. I do feel the masculine is looking in the mirror without filter, without blame, because the feminine truly has stepped into total ownership of the past and the future. And there's a lot of evolution in the energy coming up for the feminine. And there is about to be a very powerful shift because the divine feminine. Yeah, so go deep into your intuition, nurture yourself, nurture this leg of the journey for healing, and show yourself compassion as we go through these shifts this week, because the feminine really is stepping into her authentic voice, and there is a lot of throat chakra energy coming up. So remove any throat chakra blocks by expressing yourself honestly and openly, because there is going to be a restoration of passion. The masculine, I feel, can really feel your heart. I think you're really speaking to the masculine this week through the heart. And I do feel the masculine has had that heart opening. And it really is about forgiveness. So forgiveness is going to be key in the energy. And there is a lot of guardian protection in and around the twins this week as we go through this powerful shift. So let's dig in with some archetype energies, and we'll get the main archetype energies that will be coming through for the masculine to be addressed this week. What else can you tell me about the masculine's energy for the week ahead, please? When it comes to the masculine archetype energies, what is the masculine dealing with for archetype energies for the week ahead, please? Okay. Another energy of student. So student and seeker. This is beautiful. So the masculine really does have this thirst for wisdom coming forward. Thirst for truth, seeking truth. And in the past, there was an inability to commit to the spiritual pathway. But I do feel a lot is being found in the energy. What was lost is being found. And, you know, the masculine's arrogant pursuit of everything that was not meant for him is creating a lot of destruction in the energies this week. His unwillingness to take action, his unwillingness to speak truth is really triggering a deep level of humility in the energy in order for the masculine to step into devotion and to step into this openness of this lifelong learning journey with the feminine. And I feel, you know, there is a pretension to some much deeper knowledge that the masculine does possess. And there is a lot being addressed when it comes to the masculine's pursuit of material considerations above self-empowerment. And I do feel the masculine is about to lose that false sense of security. And the energy really is accentuating a lot of challenges because the masculine has negotiated his power of spirit and place material gains over the journey. And I do feel, you know, the masculine is getting ready to come forward and exact that appreciation and recognition and to help the divine feminine along the journey. So the energy really is refining the masculine's capacity to stop ignoring the higher calling, because there is a lot of pessimism and depression surrounding the masculine. And I think that's really held him back from taking the action, as he doesn't believe that he's going to be able to rectify this. And there's a sacredness in this energy as the masculine is kind of pushed to pass on this wisdom within the collective. So we'll see what archetypes need to come through for the feminine. And we just got goddess. So I do feel you're really stepping into your purest divine feminine expression, divine feminine, and you are expressing that wisdom and your life force energy. There's a lot of sensuality surrounding the divine feminine this week, and you are stepping into mentorship, I feel. You really are allowing the masculine to become the student, and you are stepping into the role of self-mastery is what I feel, imparting wisdom within the collective. And you are that guiding light for the masculine, I feel. You do truly represent the divine in all of life, and you are stepping into your goddess energy, releasing any past energies about victim mentality that has prevented you from fully stepping into your power, your exploration of your feminine nature and form. So I do think you are transcending a lot of physical limitations, and the masculine is dealing with his misuse of authority for his selfish ends. And there's a lot of vulnerability in the energy when it comes to releasing the false contracts this week. Let's go a little bit deeper. I would like to pull some energies with the Isis Oracle deck today. I've been really drawn to the ancient Egyptian timelines recently, so I did feel there would be a strong message in here for the counterpart. So what else can you tell me about the divine masculine this week? The dark mystery. So he is entering the dark chamber this week in order to really tap into the mysteries of his own feminine energy, is kind of what I feel coming through. And there is that initiation taking place this week as the masculine is being spiritually tested in the energies, is kind of what is coming through. Yeah, there's that dark healing chamber, and I do feel this darkness surrounding the masculine, this void, in order for him to really find his power to embrace these lower energies coming at him. I feel a lot of dark energies attacking the masculine, and it's scorpionic energy coming through, and so he can see the divine feminine in that pillar of light. So let's see what some sacred activations are. Yeah, miracle. Miracles are around the corner, so don't lose that hope. Don't lose that faith, divine feminine. Let's see what sacred activations are coming forward this week with all of these light code activations. Throat chakra. Throat chakra. Speak that truth. Embody that truth. Because the energy really is supporting self-expression this week in order to restore a sense of peace and balance within these connections. Expect some changes. I don't think you're going to be prepared for this. Expect some changes. I can't make this up. Change. So there's a lot of frequency changes in the energy that really is supporting the masculine's ability to embrace these changes of his current reality. There's a lot of inward and outward changes taking place in order for the masculine to appreciate the divine feminine. So there's this major release, I feel, of the old in order to bring the new into reality. And expect miracles because the energy truly is very fertile, and the masculine is encouraged to speak that truth. So I do feel the feminine's energy really is inviting her to be very open, more courageous, and more creative. Step into that joyful energy more than ever before this week, because that is going to activate this potential for this reunion energy, for this beautiful connection to grow from this higher state of consciousness into this new grander expression of love that the twins share. And miracles abound. So believe in miracles, believe in yourself, believe in source, and that anything is possible in the energies. So let's get a couple of past life messages. I felt really pulled to the past life deck today. So let's see what else needs to come through for the twins with the past life deck, spirituality and religion. So a reignition of the flame, I feel, on this card. A reignition of the flame. And then look at that, the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. So there might be a lot of energies coming up from past timelines surrounding Celtic culture. The Knights Templars is what's coming through, I feel. A lot when it comes to the Celtic lands, when it comes to duality, balancing the masculine and feminine from within. And there is going to be major lessons coming up and blessings stemming around the vows that the twins share to be able to restore overall health. So ships are coming in. Get ready for that. So what else needs to come through with the Shamanic Healing Oracle deck for the twins this week? Home. No place like home. And I do feel the masculine's feeling like he's swimming upstream, struggling in that false structure, spiraling round and round. And there's going to be big changes on the home front to release the struggles. And self-love is definitely going to be key in the energies this week. Self-nurturance. So there is going to be struggles and changes on the home front, and self-love is needed as the masculine finally releases this long-standing burden and kind of step into forgiveness. Forgiveness is without a doubt going to be key in the energies. So We'll get a couple Akashic Tarot, and then I am going to pull from the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal deck before I dig in with some tarot. So what else needs to come through for the week ahead? For the twins, please. What else do we need to be aware of when it comes to these energies? Fated meeting. There is going to be a fated meeting between the twins. There is going to be a destined change as the twins kind of step into honoring the Ark of the Covenant, and that's an 11 card. I do feel a lot of fated unions are in the energies this week as the masculine steps into, you know, being the architect of his life. What else do we have here? Yeah, we have the lightning bolt. So there's that tower, that aha moment. There's going to be a major force in the energies as the masculine prepares to journey towards the Queen of Keys, the feminine, the high priestess that holds all the keys. So romance is in the air. Spiritual love is in focus this week as the masculine goes through all of the distorted views of his ego. So there's a lot of integration as the masculine goes through this heart awakening, likely working very closely with Archangel Raphael as, you know, the scrolls are opened up and the masculine embraces this initiation energy. So let's see what spirit animal card needs to come through for the masculine. What is the main spirit animal energy that the masculine is embodying? This is beautiful. This came through for the feminine last week, I believe, in one of my morning messages on Facebook. So the lion, so the heart of the lion, the roar of the lion, and the horse. Look at that third eye moon. So something about the crescent moon. And my divine masculine was born the year of the horse. So that is fascinating. So I do want to read out of the book for this one. It is not a deck that I use very often, guys. So bear with me as we dig into this horse energy. What needs to come through with the horse energy today? I just feel like a lot of third eye expansion for the divine masculine and the energies this week. Yeah, and beautiful. Yeah, expansive energy, life force energy, momentum, and freedom. The horse does represent the most masterful form of Earth's energy within this deck. So this really is giving the masculine the strength to find momentum, to restore his reliability. The universe really is supporting the masculine in taking that forward action towards this goal, no matter how difficult the terrain is. I feel the masculine is fully awakened this week in the energy, fully alive, and although he's feeling defeated, freedom is available this week to the masculine as he hones in on his own energy and his physical stamina to kind of get grounded in mental focus. So I feel the masculine is ready to achieve anything. He's not giving up on you, divine feminine. He's done running away. He's done feeling weak and tired. And he really is stepping into honoring the lion tribe energy and the prophecies. So what energies need to come through for the feminine? What animal energies is the feminine embodying? We get the tiger. Beautiful. I've got massive crown chakra tingles. And then we get the dragonfly. So a lot of spreading of the wings. So let's dig in and see about this dragonfly energy out of the book for the feminine, if I can find it. You know, I'm really not good at searching in the book. Oh, feminine, beautiful energy. This is speaking of master of light. So a lot of ancient etherical awakening for the feminine when it comes to this oneness, this universal consciousness. A lot of higher mind thought processing, a lot of shifting and changing. So I do feel perceptions being drastically shifted. A lot of crystal clear clarity coming through. And the energy is reminding you to calm the mind, to step into that light of wisdom so the wisdom can shine through. So I feel a lot of magic surrounding the divine feminine. And then the tiger also has that crescent moon on the third eye. So this is very interesting. We'll dig into the tiger here. Oh, the tiger, yeah, is a lunar force, ease and darkness. This does represent the feminine energy. So a lot of passion being restored in the feminine's world, a lot of strong sensuality coming forward. And this is a reminder that the darkness really does allow the unit forces to heal and soothe our spirits. A lot of sensuality and receptivity is coming forward as the feminine steps into devotion. A lot of heightened awareness. So a lot of energy coming forward when it comes to awakening of our own power, divine feminine. And bottom of the deck, we get the shark. So I do feel beware of those sharks trying to, you know, coerce you in the energy. I do feel exposure of these sneaky and destructive behaviors and this dishonesty that's been lurking in the depths, creating tension within these connections. So there's some lies here, there's some secrets here, where somebody is not totally being their authentic self. And be prepared to be tempted in the energy, because somebody is pretending to be something that they're not. And this presence is going to encircle the twins this week. There's a shark trying to come between the union of the twins, this unconditional love. So do be prepared for a temptress to come along the journey this week. So let's see what needs to come through with the tarot for the divine masculine. What energies need to come through for the masculine this week? What do we need to be aware of with the tarot for the divine masculine? We got the Empress. So the divine feminine is on the divine masculine's mind. There's some blocks still. I do feel the karmic still trying to get their hooks into the masculine when it comes to the masculine taking action. Yeah, there's that Queen of Wands in reverse, really trying to create that block for the masculine coming forward. I feel a lot of possessiveness, jealousy, anger, and rage, because the karmic feminine knows the masculine is done. Going towards the feminine, there's a lot of fears, jealousy coming up with the karmic energy, with the Queen of Wands reversed. She will stop at nothing to hook the masculine, but the feminine is holding that pomegranate. She's got the love. She's got all the magic. And there is going to be a fated turn of events. So the karmic energy is not going to be able to get away with this trickery much longer. What needs to come through for the divine feminine? There is the birthing of these unions coming through is what I feel for the week ahead. And the feminine, we get the Nine of Wands on the feminine side. So really learning that core wound lesson, I feel, stepping into purpose and passion when it comes to healing that core wound. I do feel the feminine is a little bit on defense and really protecting her energy with the High Priestess and the Seven of Wands. So you do already, you know, see things clearly. There is some balance in the energy. And the time is now for the masculine to put in the work. There is going to be a rushing in of communication, because the masculine, all he wants is that cup of love from the feminine. There's that energy. And then we have the masculine preparing to communicate. You know, he wants the feminine's cup. He's cutting out the third party. And there will be communication this week, I feel, in the energies. So let's see what needs to come through with the Twin Flame Oracle deck, my handmade deck for the energies for the week ahead. What else needs to come through? There's a lot of treasure in the energies. Self-love is definitely key. Unconditional love, forgiveness, practice forgiveness this week. Meditate, because your intuition is speaking to you. So listen to the messages that you're receiving from your body, from your higher self, from the energies, and meditate. Allow the stillness to bring forward that awareness and those answers, because there is a lot of alchemy of hearts taking place. And yes, we've had to be very patient. And there is a major shifting out of difficulty. There is going to be a change in the wind with these gateway portals. And there is a lot coming up when it comes to unresolved issues from childhood parent wounding that are surfacing. And that is needing to be addressed in the energies. So we'll get a couple love oracle messages, and we will close off the read with some crystal stone deck messages. What else do we need to be aware of? Keys on a ring. It's decision time. You know, the masculine's tired of this unconventional string along. with the karmic energy, and you're going to need to have faith that love is coming. There is going to be a surprise meeting or invitation, and you're needing to release any hesitation, because that golden mirror is being reflected, and the masculine, I think, can really see this self-absorbed narcissist that he's connecting with, and it is a one-sided relationship. I do feel a lot of love bombing in the energies, but the masculine deeply wants to break free from this false connection. The masculine does want to reach out and have that conversation. Be prepared for that long-awaited message, that text call, that email, because there is going to be some conversation this week as the masculine prepares to take a risk, to take a chance. I think he's trying to be strategic in the energies, and he's not really showing his hand. So I don't think that you're going to see this coming. What else do we need to be aware of when it comes to this message for the twins for the week ahead? Clearing the pathway to enlightenment. You might want to get yourself some selenite if you don't have some selenite, Divine Feminine. There's a lot of negativity clearing away. Everything that's been lingering below the surface needing to leave is leaving. So a lot of cool collective vibes coming through. I think there's going to be a brutal week of releasing these extra shady people in our lives. And I do think you're going to need to be gentle with your masculine when he comes back. There is a need to claim back your space, a need to get grounded, because there's a lot of ancient wisdom coming through with this 1111 portal gateway. So go into that guided meditation, go into those high vibration states, because there's a lot of wisdom being restored, and there is going to be a lot of triggers. And then we get Herkimer Diamond on the bottom of the deck with Tektite, and it is about raising vibrations. It is about releasing those unwanted energies and connecting to your own spirituality with clarity of strength. And the spiritual pathway is being illuminated, and I do feel the masculine is feeling this gravity pull towards the feminine. It's going to be extra heavy this week, and it really is time for the masculine to initiate his launch, his blast off, in order to come forward with that truth. So recharge your energies. There is a major universal call for the twins this week to take it to the next level, to make that positive impact within the collective. And there's a lot of expansion when it comes to intergalactic horizons this week. So get ready. There's been a lot of overly burdened resentments that are needing to fall away. And this is a direct link from Orion's belt. So which is the twins energy, Orion. So be ready for major impacts this week that are going to have long-lasting results when it comes to these connections moving forward. And that's what I have for the forecast for the week ahead. If you would like to book a personal reading or twin flame reading, do feel free to check out the information box below. There you will find everything you need to reach out to book a reading. Keep in mind, you can only book through email or my business page on Facebook. Both of those links are down below. I will never reach out to ask you for a reading or use any other apps out there other than my email or my Facebook business page. And that's what I have for the week ahead, guys. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Thank you.